Hello, my name is Devidas Malaska and this is my presentation about evolution. And for some reason, my animations didn't get saved for some reason. So yeah, it will just be like this. What is evolution? Evolution is a theory about the process of development within a living organism, how it's applied to humans, and different theories. The theory of evolution is basically that every organism changes over generations to survive and relies on natural selection. It applies to humans in the way that we evolved to fit in our environment so we could survive, and every time the environment changed, yeah, and all the time else, survival of the fittest took place. Those who survived passed on their traits to again be challenged until a new species emerged that followed then again the same steps and kept evolution going. There were many theories about evolution uh, on how it worked before Darwin's. Some thought evolution worked by acquired traits and by usage of skills. Uh, and yeah, the need. So we evolved around acquired traits. The history. The Earth is very old. We evolved not alone. Charles Darwin. The Earth is very old, around 4.6 billion years to be exact. Believe it or not, we have not been around for that long. We, or our ancestors, evolved between 7 to 6 million years ago, but the first human species evolved between 3 and 2 million years ago. How did evolution occur? Ape-like Africa change. All human ancestors have been ape-like in characteristics and behavior. Uh, We humans have evolved from having small brains and big teeth, to having smaller teeth, bigger brains, and be able to walk and use tools. And later on, we became able to use languages, and that formed around 100,000 years ago. Homo sapiens are very close related to the apes. The apes, chimpanzees, bon, bonobos, and gorillas all share a common ancestor that lived between 8 and 6 million years ago. Humans are speculated to come from Africa, as most of human activity comes from there. Most of the fossils that are found between 6 to 2 million years ago came from Africa. There are many different species of human, but all except Homo sapiens survived, because we don't see any other species right now living with us that aren't Homo sapiens. Reason most humanoid species died out was because they weren't prepared for global change. They evolved to fit into their environments, but with time their environments that they were fit for changed, breaking their equilibrium. As most weren't evolved to fit in, they died out or evolved again until they evolved into the species that can adapt to environment change, which is Homo sapiens, which means the modern man. As we have seen throughout history, different race and colors don't always get along, so there is a theory that Homo sapiens killed the remaining left of the species that lived together, coexisted. There are human and evolution. Many different species and my top 7. There are 20 species of human. They have existed 20 species of human without counting all the unfound and all the categories of different types of humans. And now I'm gonna tell you about my top 7 picks. Sahelanthropus techadensis, Kenyanthropus Platypus, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo floresiensis, Homo neanderthals, Homo sapiens. I totally butchered the names, but let's move on. Sahelanthropus tejendensis, the oldest known, and was found 2001, being lived around between the year 7 to 6 million years ago, and was founded in Gujarab Desert, northern Chad in Central Africa. It has a small brain and walked on two legs, showing one of the characteristics of a human being. There is a theory that states that Africa dried out and everything mostly in Africa became grassland, and then all the monkeys in the trees were forced to walk on ground, developing with generations the ability to walk on two legs, helped them seeing prey over the high grass and travel long distances to fetch water sources. Then we have Kenyatrupus platypus, which was found in 1999. It lived between 3.5 to 3.2 million years ago. Found in Africa, in Kenya. Seeing that this ancestor didn't live as long as compared to the other of the species tell us something. This species has the nickname flat-faced man, showing an evolutionary step to becoming closer to a Homo sapiens. There is argued about where this species should be placed in category, as it has a bit of resemblance between different groups, yet it's very much its own species. Homo habilis, found in 1964 in Kenya, supposed to be been around between 2.5 and 1.6 million years ago. Homo habilis is the first kind of the modern man, as it was the first one to use stone tools, it is believed. Habilis, meaning handful, is quite a fitting name. Closest relative to the Homo habilis is the Australopithecus, though habilis had a bigger brain and the face structure was less massive, making it a little more alike with today's humans. There's argument whether Australopithecus or Homo habilis was the first to use stone tools. In 2009, they found bone carvings that belonged to the Australopithecus and could not have been made without using stone tools. So there is a bit of an argument which of them first used stone tools. Homo erectus, found in 1891 in Asia and Africa. Homo erectus, meaning upright man. It was around between 1.8 million years to 50,000 years ago. Homo erectus is supposedly been the first human outside Africa. Homo erectus had even a bigger brain than Homo habilis, but they were also very heavily built with thick bones and big skull structure. From all else, Homo erectus was very similar to Homo sapiens, as of appearance and bone formation. As bone jaw and arm lengths are almost identical to Homo sapiens. Homo florensis, found in 2003 in an Indonesian cave. They are thought to have lived between 100,000 years ago to 12,000 years ago. This is my personal favorite, as they are so mysterious. They have a personal folklore behind them in Indonesia. The cave where they were found has the story that it is an evil cave, and there are small creatures, dwarf-like, live there and kidnap children from the nearby tribes. And these stories dated all the way back to 12,000 years ago. This type of human has only been found in that Indonesian cave and is thought to have been killed by locals. H. florensis has a lot of similarities of Homo sapiens, and Homo erectus. Speculation from where this one has evolved from is thought to be from an Asian Homo erectus. They are nicknamed hobbits because of their small bodies, but the cause of that is thought to be diseases. Homo neanderthal found 1856 in Europe and Central Asia, lived between 200 to 28,000 years ago. They were special as their skeleton adapted to hunting in cold weather. They had had stone tools for hunting in close range. They did make their own tools, but there are also theories that when they arrived, when Homo sapiens arrived, that they copied tools that the Homo sapiens used to improve their own. Homo sapiens have been around since 170,000 years at least until today. The reason Homo sapiens is so special is because of our brains. Our skulls became thinner to give space for a bigger brain, showing skills of other Homo species but also new ones, developing strategies to produce food and such. Even though Homo sapiens had smaller brains than Homo neanderthal, but still relative to body size, Homo sapiens brains were bigger. What was unique with Homo sapiens was the strategies they made so they could hunt a broad variety of animals, not only big, but small and even sea animals. Because of those reasons, they survived very well, and they were also very creative with creating tools and new tactics. And that was everything, and thanks for me.